Welcome back to episode 4 now. Sorry we missed you last week to Pastor's Coffee. I'm Jonathan, and this is Nate, or Brooks and Stiff, as you probably know us a little bit better. But yeah, super glad to be back at it. Nate, what's our first topic for this week?
This week we are going to be talking about how we deal with being married and our outside life and ministry, how it looks. So how do you, on a daily basis, how do you deal with also your marriage and your ministry? Two important things. One may be more important than the other, but
For sure. Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
Well, you hear before you're even married, I got preached to me all last year that your marriage has to come first. Anytime your ministry comes above your marriage, it has to switch. Your marriage should always be more important than your ministry. And to be honest, I'm still kind of figuring that out. I don't think I'm putting a ministry over my marriage by any sense, but I also don't think I'm sacrificing any of my ministry for my marriage. Honestly, it's been pretty smooth so far in terms of balancing the two, and it's been really cool because Mackenzie is really involved in my ministry. She is a small group leader for the girls there. She helps fill in for me in a lot of different things um, when I can't necessarily do something. I'm in another area. So she's a huge help, and it's been something we do together, which has been awesome. I will say, with her starting school, when the school year started, it just added a level of busyness to our lives. I wouldn't say that's really interfering with ministry, or ministry's getting in the way of that, but um, it is something that's kind of made us had to adjust on the fly because it's just not something we've had to deal with yet. Um, the biggest thing would be is just the phone calls outside of the office when they do last a long time, and you're wanting to plan a date night or something like that where you're trying to spend time together, and then you get an important call and you're trying to help counsel them, and sometimes your wife gets the short end there because she's like, well, I want to talk. I need you, and
Yeah,
so that is definitely something. It's not easy. You've been at it a little bit longer than me on the marriage side. So, well,
yeah.
what do you think? What's
Um,
some things you could
for
say?
for me, I feel like I try the most. I make sure that also my marriage comes first. I feel like Albina is a very, don't worry about me kind of person.
Yeah,
Go worry about other people.
right.
So that becomes hard because then I have to like choose. Well, I know that Albina does want me to hang out with her,
Sure,
but
sure.
she wants me to do the ministry instead. And so sometimes I do that instead. Or back in college, when when I would come over to the dorm,
Yeah,
that was another. I mean, that's not ministry, but it takes time away from her, and she's okay
yeah,
with that because she
yeah,
realized she was selfless with herself, knowing this is the last year of college, senior year. I
yeah.
would have been in the dorm if we weren't married.
Right. You
And
want to
so
spend that time.
yeah, and she knew that I wanted that time, and she knew that I needed that time.
Yeah.
Um, and so we're already an old couple, and we could see each other a couple minutes a day and be fine. But no, we still love each other. But she honestly is one of the most selfless. I know everybody says that, but she really
Yeah,
is one of the most selfless people
that's awesome.
when
Yeah,
it comes to stuff like that.
it's good.
Um, and she's been doing a good job. She also is with my ministry a lot. She does a better job than I think I'm doing with the girls, for
Yeah,
sure. So we'll see how it goes coming down the years
yeah.
especially when we have a kid, and your
Very
family
soon, by the
starts.
way.
Yeah, very soon. So we may not have a podcast next week either. So um,
That'd be
we'll
just
see.
fine.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes down the road 5 or 10 years into it, and I get more responsibilities. I know people better, so I get more phone calls.
Yeah.
So you've been in your ministry longer. I've been in marriage longer, so it's kind of a
Yeah. Yep.
interesting thing. So
Cool
I
perspective.
don't
Yeah.
know the
Yeah.
people. I don't know the people as well as you know yours.
Right.
And I've just been married longer, but
Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, it's been crazy. Um, but how is your transition into the school year? Kids have started school.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
do your numbers go up? Numbers go down? Ministry changes?
Yeah. My the biggest ministry change, we do our big youth meeting on Sunday nights. Wednesday nights is just a little bit tougher for us with just all the extracurriculars and sports and stuff that's going on. But Sunday nights, um, we did see a big jump again in numbers, which has been good, and it's been a lot more consistent. Our events, we had an event in the summer, it was kind of hit and miss, but the few events that we've done since the school year started back up, we seem to get most of our core to show up, and I mean it's been really cool to see. So it's been a huge jump as far as change at all. We just introduced small groups back in. So in the summer, it was kind of just an open program. There's a little bit more gym time, and then just the lesson. Now cut down the gym time a little bit more organized game. We introduced worship. I wasn't doing any songs or any music at all up until this point, but working on getting a youth praise band together. We are still early stages. The last couple of weeks, we've just been putting a song on the TV and singing along with the lyrics. But it's just added another kind of component to the night, and it kind of just sets the tone for the message. I try and pick some songs that go well with what we're talking about, and it just seems like everybody's more engaged by the time I get there, because a lot of times we were jumping from the game right into the lesson and everybody's sweating. It's like your gym class and then you go into math class.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst. But yeah, it's so it gives them a time to kind of settle down, get their mind where it needs to be, um, their hearts ready. So that's been cool to see. I'm hoping to recruit a couple more musicians to help us out. I think it'll be
Yeah.
fun once we fully get that up and running. But yeah, it's been a welcome change. We've got a bonfire with my last church uh, that I still keep in contact with. My family still goes there. The youth group that I grew up in, we're doing a joint bonfire on Saturday.
That'd be cool.
So that'll be cool to get everybody back together and see some old faces. But yeah, and just to show the youth group that, I mean, you're not the only one out here. I mean, there's
Yeah.
other people thinking the same things that you are and going through the same thing.
hmm
So what would you say? How's your ministry changed since the school year started
Um,
back up?
we changed a lot,
Yeah.
especially Wednesday night. Wednesday night we started Awana and Kids Life. So the youth help out with that, which is cool.
Okay.
I do like
Okay.
that. Um, and that doesn't mean we don't have as many, but that means we have like our more core group there.
Do you have a
Um,
lesson of your own after, or you're
I
just
do. I do, but I'm not doing a lesson per se. I'm
yeah.
doing more of a since it is more of a core group, more of people like pursuing. It's not just random visitors that we get. Um, we're going through a book. Well, we're starting to go through a book
Yeah.
called Begin by Ken Ham. It's more of like a
Yeah. Yeah.
commentary. Um, so we're gonna see how that goes. I know teenagers love to read, so
Yeah.
we'll see how
Yeah.
that goes. But
Right.
um, so we're gonna do that. So Awana starts at 6:15, and then we have 7:30 to 8 for the youth. And I'm in charge of games as well for Awana.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that'll be fun. And Albina, but Albina's gonna be out of commit, so it'll be me for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Yeah. So, and then for Sunday night, it's basically the same. I've also wanted to add the worship thing into it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's weird. Our kids just hate music. Like, it's kind of weird. Because most
I had the
teens
same
love.
problem. Yeah.
So we'll see. I think I'll try. I can play guitar, so that's a little easier.
Right,
Um,
right.
but as long as you can find a guitar player
Yeah,
and you can
yeah.
rock it up on the drums, you'll be
That's
fine.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Um, and then we did start the praise team um, a couple weeks ago, but
Cool.
I'll be learning the drums, so that's my goal. We'll see.
We can have some lessons on the podcast.
Yeah,
There we
we're
go.
not
There we
gonna do
go.
that. I'm terrible. I can keep a beat. That's about it. I just don't know what everything else
That's all
does.
you need. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
Um. So I don't know if I want to try to play guitar for the. I feel like I just want to put it up on the screen because then like I'm like going through games and then I have to worry about playing and then I have to
Yep.
teach. So I don't know. We'll
Yep.
see.
Yeah. A
Um.
lot of switches.
Yeah. So, but it would help because you go from playing wiffle ball, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, let's shut up now.
Right.
You
Right. It's
can
tough.
listen to me
Tough
for
to
the next
stop it.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. How long do you normally take for your lesson? How long do you predict? Now, obviously,
I
you add your own stuff during, but
right. Right. I give myself really 40 minutes just in case. I'm normally around the 25 30 minute mark on Sunday nights usually. There's sometimes because I'm uh, on Sunday nights it's a little bit more interactive where I'm asking questions,
okay.
not long answered questions, but it's but I'm asking them and they kind of give me feedback. Well, sometimes I'll get questions right in the middle of the lesson, so I give myself 10 minutes just in case something comes up. Um, but I
Mhm.
usually try and wait till the end to answer kind of the I know the questions that will take a little bit longer to answer,
Mhm.
and then some personal questions I won't answer um,
Yeah.
out out in front of everybody. I'll pull them aside and kind of give them a better answer so I don't embarrass them
Yeah.
um, or something. So, uh, but yeah. So what about you? You about the same
Um,
same range?
I'm shorter. My message is about 15 to 20 that I
Okay.
prepare.
Yeah.
I go probably 20 to 25.
Yeah.
But we only have. It's kind of weird. We only have an hour and a half for
See, I have
Sunday.
2 hours.
You have
I
two
have
hours.
2 hours.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we got a game for 30 minutes. We have snacks as well, and
Right.
um, and then all the announcements that we have, and then like trying to get into the
Yep.
lesson. Um, can take a while. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, an hour and a half. I don't know if I'll be changing that in the future. Make it just straight to 8. It's just hard because the actual service is only 7 to 7:30 technically
Yeah.
for the adults. So
Right.
so that's a little. I mean, the parents can wait around, but
We have the
um,
same. Yeah.
so we'll see. But yeah, I try, and then Sunday morning is when I usually do more of a longer thing. I
Yeah.
know teenagers don't have the attention span that, I mean, I
Right.
don't have the attention
Right.
span half the time. But
Yeah.
um, so I try to keep it shorter. Sunday morning,
Yeah.
I do Wordle, um, and that kind of breaks it up. I kind of stole that idea from you, but that's okay. Um,
That's
but if
okay.
they get 5 consecutive Wordles, they
Yeah.
get breakfast. So
Now you added that. That was good.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Um, so that gave them something to work for.
Yeah.
Because it's early because our Sunday school is at 9:15. Those kids aren't awake, and I'm just trying to like get them going. Now I
Yeah.
did break their hearts. I broke my own heart this past Sunday. They were on 4 consecutive, and they missed the fifth. So uh,
Oh no.
I was planning a breakfast the next Sunday, and I was like, well,
Oh
now I
man.
have to teach. So um, yeah. So this, and then we have a lock-in tonight. They'll have a breakfast tomorrow morning. So. Um,
Yeah, you should have started with that. You should have. You need to remind everybody what time it is. I told you you needed to sleep in all day, but we are
yeah,
up. We are up doing this in the
9:49
morning, knowing that you're going to be up until
till
this
about
time
this
tomorrow.
time, probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I'll probably go back to sleep after this.
You
I
need
can
to.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. We have a lock in.
Yeah.
Um, So I did I tell you about the bet I made? Uh,
I'm not sure.
the $100 bet. So I offered to the guys of the youth group. I would give them $100 if they can take me down in a legal wrestling match.
Oh my goodness.
So that's happening at 3 a.m. this morning.
3 They're gonna catch you slipping then,
They
because you're gonna be
might. They might.
tired.
They are convinced they can do it though.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll see.
$100.
They're all smaller. I mean, they're smaller than you for sure. Like I mean,
Right.
it like maybe they're taller than me, like 6 foot, but
Yeah.
like 140 pounds. It's
Oh,
nothing.
skinny, skinny. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Um. So we'll see. But it should be
All
a
right.
good time.
Yeah.
Um. But let's go ahead. Unless you have anything else to say about
So,
ministry. Okay. We'll try to keep it brief here. Football prediction. I'll go ahead. Um, and hello, Bailey.
I didn't even notice.
it was gonna happen. Goodness. Anyway, week 4. You had a better record by one game, 10-6.
We'll take it. We'll take
You
it.
were 10-6. I was 9-7. You
Okay.
officially hit the winning column in your
There we
overall.
go. There we
So
go.
you're 33-31, and I am 37-27. So yeah.
4 games
And
back is what you said.
what is that?
I'm 4 games back now, is what you said.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
That's not too bad.
I'm coming back.
And last night we did make he did we were on the call.
Yes.
We made predictions before. Well, it was during the game, but Brooks didn't know the game was going on. So he
Yesterday
just
was fine.
happened.
Yes.
You did happen to pick the right team.
Here we go. Gained another.
So Brooks did. He picked the Bears. I picked the Commanders. So that puts you a game up already.
There we go. 3 games back.
So okay, let's just get right into it. Anything
Okay.
from? Have you been able to watch football, or you've been busy?
I watched a couple games last week, but this past week has been nuts. So I didn't get to watch any this past week, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm keeping up with fantasy stuff. Just making sure my guys are doing all right. But that's haven't been able to really watch games.
Yeah.
So
Okay. First game is in London again. The
okay,
Jags I guess they live in London now because they played in London last week.
that's
They're
right.
in
Yeah.
London again. London, they're playing the Bills though. So
Oh,
Jags and Bills.
Bills look good ever since Josh Allen was getting roasted after week 1. It's been good. So I'm gonna take the Bills in a
Bills.
close one. I think that's gonna be a good game though. I'll take the Bills.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the Bills. They look pretty nasty that last week.
Yeah.
Beating the Dolphins, who just beat the Broncos 70-20. So
Yeah, pretty convincingly. Yeah,
it wasn't even
good.
close.
Yeah,
So, um, first 1 p.m. Saints at Patriots.
Saints.
Saints. I'm gonna go Patriots here,
Okay.
simply because they're at the Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is not that guy,
they just are struggling right now, man.
and
It's tough to trust.
yeah, but Stevenson needs a bounce back game here, and
You
it
would
could be
think. Yeah,
it
you would
could
think.
be this, but the Saints defense is kind of nasty too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Titans at Colts.
Ooh, I just don't know if Taylor's going to play. I'm gonna take the Colts.
Colts. Okay.
Yeah.
My boy Derrick Henry's back, so
He looked back last week.
yeah, he did.
He looks
So
back.
they ran over the Bengals.
Yes, they did.
Um, and so I'm taking the Titans.
Okay.
We're actually doing a lot of different games here. So
I know this will be big. This will be a big week.
Ravens at Steelers, 1 p.m. Game of the week for me.
Ravens.
Ravens.
We know we're going to disagree on this one.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever go against Steelers.
Yeah,
If I was not a fan of the Steelers, I would totally take the Ravens.
yeah,
We
yeah.
looked horrendous last week.
That's my chance to go up games one year. Is the
Man.
Steelers.
Did you see anything from that game or no?
I just saw the score. Yeah.
we had a total of like 7 yards in the first half, and like 3 drives. We had 3 drives in the first half, and they were all
Wow.
like 3-and-outs. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was just
You still gonna start Pickens on your fantasy team this week?
as of right now.
Dude, you're in big trouble. You're in big
Yeah.
trouble this week. Steiner had a crazy week already.
He has 89 points.
With
I
two
called
players.
him. I called him last night and said,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm just giving up on this week." And
It's
at
about
that
over.
point, it was only the first half, and he had 30 points.
Man, yeah.
He ended with 49 points.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was crazy. And I traded him.
yeah.
Earlier in the year. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. And Justin Fields. Like
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. How does he do that?
Yeah, that was trouble.
Okay. Panthers at Lions.
I'm gonna take the Lions. Lions look pretty good.
They do. Panthers are 0-4, so
Yeah.
they're. I don't even know if Bryce Young is playing.
That was kind of my logic for taking the Bears. I don't know. I mean, if they're gonna, it's tough to lose 5 games in a row, man. It just is. It's tough to lose 5 in a row. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions still.
I am also going to take the Lions. Texans at Falcons.
Dude, the Texans don't look bad either.
CJ Stroud has been that guy, honestly.
He's been great. I'm going to.
They are at Atlanta, though.
I'll take the Falcons. I'm calling it Kyle Pitts bounce back game.
Like his career bounce back, or
just well, really. I'm calling 2 touchdowns from Pitts. That's what I'm
for
saying.
Pitts? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with
I'm
you.
probably way off on that.
Probably. Dude, I had Kyle Pitts for 2 years on fantasy, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I could not draft that man.
It's frustrating.
I'm gonna take the Texans. I think CJ Stroud is pretty good. I mean, not just
great.
because they beat up on the Steelers last week,
Yeah.
but they actually have like something to go for. I don't know. It's like they got a chip on their shoulder or something.
Yeah, they're fine.
Giants at Dolphins.
Dolphins, for sure. The Giants look awful, man.
They do. Is Saquon back this week or no?
He's projected to be, but it's not certain yet. I think he's still questionable.
Yeah.
So.
4 p.m. games now. Bengals at Cardinals.
I'm gonna get Bengals.
Bengals. Let me tell you, I made that crazy prediction. I don't know if you remember, week 3, that the Cardinals would beat the Cowboys. I did make that prediction.
You did. I forgot about that. That was
Joshua Dobbs has been going off.
He has.
For my fantasy sake, I hope I'm completely wrong.
Yeah.
Because I have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. But the Cardinals, I don't know what's up with them. They need to just trade Kyler Murray, roll with Joshua Dobbs. Goodness. So I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Wow.
So and for the AFC North, I think this would be great for the Steelers if the Bengals can start off really bad.
It'd be huge, yeah.
So, next one, Eagle at Rams.
Is Cup back this week? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure it's like 95% sure.
Eagles are undefeated.
They are.
I'm gonna take the Rams.
Okay.
I pick the Eagles every week, but I'm gonna take the Rams.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Eagles though.
Yeah.
I think this week might be a little bad for the Rams. I don't know. I think they gotta figure out what they gotta do with Puka and.
It's gonna be tough to manage for sure.
So
if they get it on the same page, good grief, it's gonna be scary.
Honestly, I would just continue to roll with Puka until Cooper Kupp completely back.
Yeah.
I mean, and imagine they start doubling Kupp. And you
Oh
got
man,
Puka 1-on-1. Goodness
I
gracious.
know, I know.
Who even thought? Oh goodness.
I didn't even know who he was.
Until week 3 or something like that, where he
Yeah,
scored like 40
yeah,
points.
I know, I know.
um, Jets at Broncos. This is a
Goodness,
terrible game.
man. Oh man, dude, the Broncos just look awful. I mean, it's bad, bad.
They did come back on the Bears. I mean, it was the Bears, but that looked something.
It just, it didn't show me a whole lot. You make your pick.
I'm taking the Jets. I think Zach Wilson. I'm not
He
saying
looked good last week.
I'm
He
not
looked
saying
good.
he's good, but he's looking like he's getting it together.
He looked fine last week. Um, and just with the Jets defense, I'll take the Jets.
It's a good call.
I just don't trust Denver. I picked them a lot of games so far.
Yeah.
I picked them a lot of weeks, but yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. This is also this next one is a match of the week for me. I think this will be a good game. Chiefs at Vikings.
Mm,
The Chiefs almost lost to the Jets last week.
I know. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
I am as well. I think the
Are you really?
Vikings. I was gonna take the Vikings either way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Kirk Cousins is that guy, man. He listen. I would
He had a
vote for
bad
him.
pick six last week.
Huh?
Bad pick six. Was it pick six last week? He had a bad interception,
Okay, that
like
was bad.
right on the goal line. Yeah,
Well,
but
no,
everything else
it was
he's
like
been
a
he's been great.
It was like 40 yards. He threw it, and then he was going to tackle the guy, and he got absolutely creamed.
That's right. He got
Yeah,
smoked. I saw that. Yeah,
he got messed up.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and then yeah. I'm still taking the Vikings at home.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the only
Jefferson.
reason.
I feel like Jefferson got to be mad at this. Like he can't.
Yeah.
Dude, he's insane on fantasy as well. I mean, it doesn't matter
I
who they
can't give
play.
him up. Yep. Yep.
We'll see about
He's a
that.
lock for at least 25 points. A lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You'd be the guy. You'd be the guy
yeah.
if I was to trade him. You'd be the guy probably.
I appreciate it. Prime time Sunday night, Cowboys at 49ers. It's a good game.
Well, yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm going to take the 49ers, though, just because it's at home. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I'm also taking the 49ers. I think the Cowboys are going to get exposed this game as well.
I think they're good. I think they're good.
I think they are okay. I don't think that
Yeah.
they're Super Bowl like they've been
Yeah,
hyping it up.
maybe
But,
not. Maybe not.
the 49ers are definitely just the better team. Packers at Raiders.
Raiders had a bad loss last week, didn't they? I'm gonna take a bounce back game at home. Raiders win. Yeah.
I also took the Raiders. Packers, they could win. They could definitely win.
Yeah.
But they just kind of seem either there. They're either there or they're not.
Yeah.
They're very a second half team as well.
They are. Yeah.
They barely beat the Saints.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love doesn't look bad. It's just
No, he was.
it's early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So that's for week 5. You already have one up on me, so that's
There
good. How did you feel about Ahsoka?
Oh man, it was wild. It was it seems like I've had a lot of people text me like Star Wars is back, but it's like it really does feel like we have stuff to look forward to now. Like they're actually setting up future things, and it's not just going back when you know what's already going to happen. Like we don't know how this ends up. We don't, because the next set of movies didn't touch it at all. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to kind of have that unknown finally, and with still some people that obviously you're invested in. But yeah, I was really happy with how it all ended out. I just want it to keep going. I hate that it's over. But
The only complaint I have. This is the only
yeah,
complaint I have. I think it would have been a better movie
Yes,
I
agreed.
think so. I
Agreed.
think it would have been. It was a
But
great show, though.
do you honestly think that it would have done very well at the box office?
Probably not. It didn't do too well on Disney Plus in the first couple weeks either, though.
That's what I'm saying. Until they introduced Anakin back, and then the show just really blew up
Yeah.
again. But
Now,
you wouldn't want to advertise that as a movie because you give away a huge
yeah,
part of it. So I think it built well.
yeah. I think with the movie, the hardcore Star Wars guys probably would have gone to see it,
Oh,
and then
sure, I would have for sure.
it would have leaked that Hayden was in it,
Yeah,
most likely, and the whole World Between World. I think
yeah.
that all would have been leaked, and people would have been like, "Oh, this is actually kind of crazy," and it would have. I don't think it would have done crazy,
No,
but
no.
I think just as a format, I think it would have done better. They could
Oh,
have cut
definitely.
out a lot, because the
Yeah,
first couple
yeah,
episodes was
definitely.
kind of there, and then
They were slow.
really,
Yeah, they were slow.
really until you got to Anakin, it didn't start to pick up.
No, agreed. I agree.
So, um, but overall, it was a great. Balin was one of my favorite
Great
characters.
man. It's so
Um,
sad, yeah, about
it
him,
is.
but
I'm really curious on how they're going to continue.
recast or yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I feel like he's too big of a role now in the Ahsoka show to just do away with him.
yeah, you can't. Yeah,
I
you
feel
got to
like
figure out what he's doing.
you would have to recast him. I hope they don't do CGI because then he can't be in
Yeah,
there
I
now.
think that's weird, man.
Um, so we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. I think that you just got to get another guy.
yeah.
A lot of people can play like that. He was just special
He
though.
was, he was.
But the character's still there. The way that he does things is still there. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Um, how about the ending? Did you like the direction it is going? Um, how do you feel about Sabine and and the whole horse push?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that to be honest, but I'm not. She's just kind of a confusing character to me as a whole. So I'm just not as invested there. I thought Ezra was 10 out of 10 cast.
I like
I
them.
thought they killed it with him, um, but yeah, just I don't know. There was a few things that were a little weird.
Yeah, I like. Excuse me. I like how at the end they are including the father, the son, and the daughter thing.
Yeah, yeah,
The owl
yeah.
was there. That's the light side. That's the daughter in the
Right.
form of an owl. So there's a lot of presence of all that on there. Um, I am curious on how it's all gonna. They got to do something else before the movie, the big movie
Oh, for
gets
sure.
going.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
I
would.
just man, I want Star Killer canon. That's the time to
Maybe
do it.
he's there. I just don't know how they'll do it.
I don't either, but he's got to be, dude. It only makes sense. You make Ahsoka his apprentice before, and then he's got to have an apprentice as Darth Vader. So
Yeah,
yeah, I want to see him canon. I think it'd be cool.
it would be sick.
He's one of my
I,
favorite characters. So
it would take all four of them on that
yeah,
planet to kill him if they were gonna
yeah,
kill him.
yeah.
Because you can't bring him in and then just have him wondering. Like he
No,
either has if he's
no,
gonna come in, he has to die eventually,
yeah.
which kind of makes him not overpowerful. But at the same time, if it takes four of those guys
Oh yeah,
to kill him, including
yeah,
probably the father and the son, or somehow,
yeah, yeah.
um, I feel like the big bad will be the son at this point. Uh,
Probably. But then that doesn't make sense with the whole Anakin thing anymore, though.
yeah.
Because I thought that they were done with, and now Anakin was kind of the link with all of them. Like he was,
Hmm.
but I don't know. It doesn't. Maybe not now.
That would be cool. It would be cool to see Star Killer. I just don't think they have the nerve to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I It would be cool. They could do. Dave
They brought
Filoni can do
Thrawn
whatever
back.
he wants.
He can. He can.
Thrawn, dude, I really liked Thrawn as well. He looked weird Like I
He
can't
does.
get
Looks like
Elon
Elon
Musk out of
Musk.
my head.
I was just
I,
about to say, yeah, yep.
and I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little better on that, but the actor was great. Like
Oh, the voice is perfect.
he
Voice is
looked. I
perfect.
mean, he
Yeah,
was the voice. I'm pretty sure he was the voice of him
he
in
was.
Rebel.
He was.
And
Yep.
but like they have so much talent with costumes and everything. They could have made him
Yep.
a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You find the same problem with the Grand Inquisitor and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't great.
Almost like Megamind, but
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. Overall, I'm excited for it. Acolyte is next on the Star Wars
Okay.
TV show, so that should be pretty good. That's
Yeah.
completely new. We just have no clue what's
That'd
going
be
on.
cool. Yeah. That'd
That's
be cool.
before episode 1,
Okay.
so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But overall, you give it a rating 10 out of 10.
I give it a 9. I was
A 9.
pleased with it. Yeah. I can't give it 10,
I would
but
also give it a 9.
yeah.
Just a couple complaints, but that's
Sure.
just me being spoiled.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Yeah. It's good.
so Dave Filoni doing a good job.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have a college story?
I think the only thing I'll say is just I've done a lot of reflecting like the last couple of weeks, just looking back at that time, and just thinking about all the, I mean, lessons learned and the memories from it. And there's just honestly just a lot I miss. I mean, with basketball season coming back up, I'm starting to get in that mindset again. Obviously, I'm able to coach now, and I'm still around the game, but it's I definitely look back at that time a lot, and no regrets at all. But it's just I just wish I had more time,
Yeah.
with it. And but it's always I think it'll always be a time that I look back on with uh, just appreciation and joy for it. But it was a good time, and
Yeah.
I
It's
think
almost like because neither of us are going back to homecoming, which is today.
right.
And so obviously I would like to go. We didn't go because about being pregnant and everything. And just I have the lock in tonight now, so I planned it.
Yeah, there was talks about me going up, but I was really considering it, but with all the we didn't even talk about it on the podcast, but our youth room is going through a big renovation. Yesterday, that's where I was all day, knocking the wall down and getting things ready for the weekend. So that's where right after this, I'm heading over there to clean some stuff up and maybe fix some more stuff of it. But yeah, so maybe next year. Maybe next year we can
Yeah,
meet up.
maybe next year. I would have played in that alumni soccer game, man. But
Oh man,
they would have
I'll
missed
definitely
me,
come watch you there. Yeah,
because I would have creamed them all.
that's right.
Soccer,
We just need an alumni basketball game, man. That's
I
is
am
heaven.
wondering why they don't do that, man.
And I'm recruiting everybody. I mean, I'm recruiting. We're putting together the ABC
You
Super
guys
team
will
when that happens.
absolutely slaughter whoever's on that basketball team. Goodness.
We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, we're gonna put it
I
together.
technically count because I'm a 10-day. I was on a 10-day
That's
contract.
true.
So.
You signed a 10-day contract, so yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh,
That'd be a
but
blast. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
a blast.
overall great times. Just no regrets, honestly. It's been
It was great.
a love and hate it, love and hate relationship sometimes.
Sure.
But I think you get that with anything.
Yeah.
So the friends that we got there.
Yeah.
So day one, I don't remember when we actually started hanging out, but
well, we were. I mean, we met before we even went to
we
ABC.
Did. We were the only two
you were kind of my
pastoral.
only connection. Yeah, you were kind of my only connection before going. So that's kind of cool.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Turned into a podcast.
Yeah, that's right. But
cool.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching our podcast and just us talking, doing what we do. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next week. If not, most likely,
you'll know what
I had a baby, or Brooks is just busy. Okay, that's what happened. So, so we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good.
See y'all later.